definitely going to be,
you know, kind of.
into him. I don't think the kind of the idea. I believe this will be a the speed they want to play right now.
Yeah.
And Pugna could also help accelerate. The speed they want to play right now.
Yeah.
And Pugna could also help accelerate. Mid
10
Ursa.
seconds.
Dazzle TV. I think that's like the dream scenario for each.
5 seconds left.
Aster take here.
Tinker.
We'll find out. It's the Tinker.
Hero or something.
Nice pick in this situation. Very good against
Yeah.
Ursa. Very good against the Terrorblade.
Yeah, you're not running Ursa mid at that point. So well, instantly snags that.
That's
And it'll
not gonna be
be crit on the Tiny and S4. So more prime priority to the Ursa. Very common.
okay. Well, at first this Aster draft, I didn't quite see the synergy, but now they've got a lot to dump into that Chrono, Tinker, Phoenix, two perfect heroes to settle on the edge. Over. They can put on a lot of pressure. I think they can start the aggression very early on. The Aster lineup to me looks a little bit more greedy.
It's slow.
Is that fair? Slow, maybe?
It's
Like
very
Tinker
slow.
Void, I just think of that window in the early game where they're both trying to get those core items and they're knocking down all those outer towers. And
Like what happens when Chrono's down? This guy has Mask.
Yeah.
Right? He buys Mask of Madness, he Chronos someone and gets a kill. The guy respawns in 20 seconds, and then what happens? Right?
yeah, and that's
You
the
just see
thing.
a meta push.
Like EG can fight around meta, but they can also still find pick-offs, still find objectives, even when that meta is on cooldown, if the Chrono is also on cooldown. That's the great thing about heroes like Ursa, Tiny, Lina with a Dazzle backing them up. They do a lot of damage, and they do a lot of damage early on.
So to me, it looks like then we're going to be watching very carefully the Chrono versus the meta. Like
Absolutely.
when one gets popped, like you imagine if they try and go for a push, and then suddenly RTZ dies with meta up to a Chrono, big problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mid matchup, Lina versus Tinker. How does that go? Is that relatively even? I would assume it's Lina favored.
Yeah, relatively Lina beat Tinker.
Yeah.
I mean, Tinker just does his thing, right? I guess to say it's even is fair because Lina definitely wins the matchup, but then the Tinker runs away to the jungle. So the only heroes that can punish that. It's like,
yeah, he doesn't lose in the sense that she's gonna kill him over and over, but
yeah, unless he tries to stay in the lane.
Well,
that'll be the question.
I mean, that could always happen. That's
Yeah.
fair, but things go according to plan, definitely. Yeah. All right, game number 1. This is a best-of-3 series, boys and girls. A lot to look forward to today. Group A and Group B, and tomorrow we'll have Group C as well as Group D.
To Rebel. Great question, Crit. I think everyone's pretty much rated Rebel. You know, it's major time. These qualifiers feels like it was forever ago.
I know.
Finally, we get here. What everyone's been waiting for, the first match on the road to PR.
只保持的还不错，这个就是让人比较头疼的地方了。
Всегда вон вместе с Линой они будут действовать и с Усой. Ну или просто они пойдут...
Enough to get you there.
Fair point.
So even the first major of the year is so important. Journey to PPI.
Yep, no doubt. We got 3 heroes from EG down here in the bottom lane. Find the solo Sylar on the Void.
And they're hiding RTZ so far away up top. He does not want to be spotted or killed whatsoever here. But overall, it looks like it'll just be a 2 for 2, kind of classic. Gonna swap up their runes. All of the lanes look exactly how you would expect. The one question is where does Fenrir go and where does Bo3 go? Pretty much what'll be rounding out. Ogre will play up top.
The battle started.
Ogre doesn't have to play against Earth.
So, Creep's gonna come out here. The bounties, where you spread.
Yep.
Sorry, just tweaking some of my settings here, Trent.
Ah.
So, Creep's gonna come out here. The bounties, where you spread.
Yep.
Sorry, just tweaking some of my settings here, Trent.
Ah. Main swaps in favor of Aster.
Like, no movement so far down bottom. It'd be a fairly even matchup, but the Dazzle putting a lot of pressure on this start.
Yeah, this is a way better lane for each. Like, this is a Phoenix with 0 armor versus physical harass spells like Poison Touch. So it's just be doing over and over, very irritating. And then again, we talked about this whole idea of not spell, Fury swipes, or not even having a method to spell anyway, because your face is void.
Hey Trent,
over and over.
while we're paused, do you know how to turn the minimap little icons back into colors?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Because I'm a color kind of guy, and I don't know how to
you can
change it
do
back.
the icons. You know what they look like.
Well,
you know what
sort
heroes
of.
look like. You'll figure it out.
We'll do our best. I keep looking at that Terrorblade and thinking Shadow Fiend. It's really
Well,
messing with me here, pal.
Let you know, there actually isn't a Shabby. That Dire Courier shouldn't have been there.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Whoopsie.
that's not great. Well, a freebie for Aster. Definitely take that. I'm pretty curious what build Fly's going to go on the Dazzle here. They might get this first blood on the Bo3. He's very low, and that'll do it. S4 grabs the bonus gold on the Ursa.
Okay, take my courier, take your life. Still probably coming in favor of Aster.
But this might be a game where we'll see an extra point in Poison Touch relatively early on. Like you mentioned, the Phoenix with no armor. This is a situation where the Dazzle can just bully him.
Yeah, I think versus the Void too, that actually looks pretty... I would definitely like a 3-0-2 start.
Okay.
For the Dazzle.
The aggro Dazzle, so to speak. That build has been becoming a little bit more popular.
Yes,
a couple pro players have been doing it in pubs.
Yeah, when you spammed it, it was terrible, but no, actually, you were onto something.
I'm a trendsetter, Trent.
Yeah,
I was ahead of the time.
Yeah, I can tell. Fly just constantly keeping him harassed. And he's a little bit deep here, though, but no lucky bashes, at least not yet for Sylar. One more. Come on, give it to him. Oh! cannot buy a bash on this man.
Run, fly, run. Poor Dazzle. Well, how's our top lane going here? Terrorblade, 11 CS against the 11 of the XXS Legion Commanders. So pretty even up here.
Yeah, and this is with the Ogre roaming to the mid lane, just trying to upset this bounce. Sumail is dominating at this point and has an Arcane Rune, so Lover can't even move in here to like do anything with that Ignite.
So in the mid lane, is this the spread you'd expect, Lina Tinker, or is this extra dominant for Sumail?
I would say it's a little extra dominant, especially considering this guy has no courier, right? Maybe if Lina has a courier, this is considered kind of okay, but that guy has no courier.
That's a fair point.
And he's getting wrecked.
Fenrir is just going to rotate back up top. Not much he can do in the mid. And down bottom, they will find another kill onto Baboka. S4 securing that once again. How much the Void can do to heal for his team.
Hang on, Kyle or something? He's going to start dropping peel now.
Is that a
cool.
Kyle word? Yeah.
I'm calling that a Kyle word.
Okay. I don't want to tell you where I've been hearing that word. I've been playing too much World of Warcraft, Trent.
I think that's where his problem started.
Oh, I see.
That must be what it is.
All these WoW gamers casting Dota. Relatively quiet laning phase, though. A lot of farming, pretty minimal rotations. Phoenix been the only one take a spill so far.
Lover's made quite a comeback in the mid in the past couple waves, too, actually. Closing that gap somewhat, and then there's no pressure on his camps or anything at the moment, so that regard stacked after.
What's going to be the catalyst to really get some rotations going? Are we just going to see a relatively stagnant laning phase, you think?
I think it's extremely defensive from the side of Aster. You can't really do anything, right? Like, you kind of want to catch EG in an aggressive act with a Chrono, punish that, and that's the best thing that they have going for them, because they just want to keep creating space for their tank. I think XXS is going to have a little bit of a hard time getting his double duels rolling, just because he's got an Ogre and a Phoenix. They don't have a lot of burst damage, really. It's kind of an awkward duo to, you know, you think about smoking up with a duel. I want like a Lion or something with me, you know? I want to drop like a Finger of Death on this guy. And we're going to have the hope for multi-path.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fenrir have been roaming so much. He's still level 2, gets tossed into the tower, instantly reflecting meta.
Yep, a lot of damage coming his way. Should be a kill for EG, and he'll go to the tower. 3-0 as we get close to that 5-minute mark. EG with a very comfortable 1,000 net worth lead. See what the bounty spread looks like. Dazzle already moving into position down bottom. Trade some blows with Baboka here.
For one, it looks like here. Fenrir will get the top, but Fly's going to get both at the bottom.
Yeah. Further advantage for EG.
Oh, and they had to spend 2 centuries to deward that small camp. That's why this pressure has been so heavy down bottom on Sylars. They just finally got it. And it took them until 4 seconds after the minute, so they still missed the next.
Oh, that's brutal. Bottom, Baboka taking a lot of pressure. Sylar able to time walk back. Fiery Spirits slow down that Ursa. Just Fire Spirit. I always call it Fiery Spirit.
Yeah, I call it Fiery Spirits too.
It's actually,
I don't blame you.
It's actually just
right.
Fire Spirits. Today I learned.
It's okay. They're very fiery. I'm sure it's fine. Arteezy getting a little low up here. The body blocks from Fenrir. That big fat booty.
There's the press the attack, trying to cut through the trees. Arteezy, 70 HP, will be okay for now. XXS can't quite find him. Low on mana here. There's an overwhelming odds. Arteezy still alive. Ring around the Rosie. XXS.
And meanwhile, in your mid lane, your Tinker dies.
Yep, rotation from Crit. The tiny Lina combo, very hard to deal with. The CS difference still very much in favor of Sumail.
He just got that kill, and there's an Invis Room bottom. So Crit's gonna find this too.
Brutal.
Dice putting up a barricade.
And now I would just kill this Tinker again, 100%. You just run back mid and kill him the second he TP's back.
Yeah.
That's how you win a Dota 2 game right there.
Look at this ward
Oh, they
here.
scanned! They know!
Tinker he's a hero that can recover relatively well. room to recover. He does scale up Grave. There's the TP out, and oh, sweet Dazzle. Nicely done.
Yeah, he knows there are not a lot of stuns. Things to worry about.
But I like the idea of what Fly's doing there, trying to move in, intercept the stacks, make sure this Tinker isn't just free farming in the jungle, still finding ways to put pressure on.
Oh, Bo3 right underneath crit here. Another
Crit.
tossed Sumail.
On the high ground, and it's another easy one.
These Lena Tiny games are just so good to watch. Like, everyone's getting so skilled at this whole toss into LSA. Yeah. Fun little alley-oop plays as we hit the 8-minute mark, the DD on the bot, and a K lead already. By the way, there's still 0 kills for Aster at this point.
There's the Soul Ring out on Tinker. Pretty big for him. Fly pings out that double damage rune, so we'll see it picked up by Crit or Sumail. Looks like it's going to go to Sumail. Back into the jungle we go. Positioning from Fly. 2 points in the poison as well, Trent.
I'm not sure if it's got a great point. That felt a little unnecessary.
Well, and that's it. I think he would have died without it.
I mean, he could have just TP'd at like 80% health when he saw 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Surely he lives.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it's okay. It's Grave. Level 1 Grave's just such a bummer. But if you ever want more points, you know, get them there. He'll probably just stop them.
Oh, Void's already used his time walk here. The Tiny comes out and Sylar just gets picked off like that. Oh my.
The killing spree now for S4. He is 51 and 20.
Radiant's middle tower had a run.
Yeah, S4 is basically just playing position 1 Ursa at this point. He's #1 on net worth, actually slightly ahead of Sumail, way ahead of the Terrorblade. He's been basically left alone in this lane. I mean, Void's been there, but Void has no capacity to stop this Ursa from farming. Now they're going to put a lot of pressure on this tier 1 tower. 2 range creeps. Glyph comes out, but I don't think Aster will be able to mount much of a defense.
Yeah, I don't like to call the game early, but
it's pretty brutal. 7-0 as we get closer to the 10-minute mark. Went to that gold graph, about 4,500 net worth favor. Very significant. And now that tier 1 tower falls down bottom, so that'll open up the Aster jungle a little bit more for EG. Nice counter ward here from the Ogre. Step in the right direction, but I mean, look at how many sentries they have now. And see how much priority Aster are putting on this jungle to make sure that they've got somewhere to farm. The Tinker not even able to farm there now as Void needs somewhere to recover.
That's the thing. You spend all these sentries, but like, what good does it do you, honestly? Like, maybe you remove some of this vision, but you still can't really farm down here. So the one thing they have going for them is that they have taken control of that entire top lane from their best. Kept pushing. They've almost got themselves to tier 2.
Oh, Ogre gonna die down bottom. S4 just clobbers him. Blink of an eye.
Blink.
That's a blink for the Ursa at 10 minutes.
He's looking very good.
More rotations, though, on the way. S4 could be in some trouble here, but he's got friends nearby. There's the duel onto the Ursa, but on the other side, they catch B3. He gets dropped straight away. S4 survives the duel, turns onto XXS.
They tried it without Chrono.
Absolutely obliterated. Yeah, Void is only level 5. 1 creep kill away. There's the Chronosphere, but he gets stunned. On the outside, Crit might still be able to put some damage in here. Fenrir charging in, trying to put some damage onto Sumail in the back line, but it's not going to be enough. Fenrir dies, Flies there with some heals. B3, he's back, he's in the tree line. LSA just barely off the mark. Now putting pressure into this tier 2. They even got a siege creep to help with this push as Crit repels the forces of Aster. They're going to have to let this one go.
Wow, absolute devastation here.
This is all EG all day.
I mean, you just used your Chrono, you tried to use your duel. It was an ambitious jump, but attempting that play without the Chronosphere, I mean, you saw how close it was. It's just like, that's 1 denied from the Ursa, you know? Like, that's what all of that work did from S4. That's what that is. To avoid that was level 5 at 10.5 minutes.
Yeah. And now EG, they've got this momentum. They're starting to get that first round of core items. Terrorblade looking at his Dragon Lance. You mentioned that blink up on Ursa. Tiny even getting close to his blink now. 2,000 gold in the bank.
He's going to have it. He just is like, kill 1 camp, basically. And life's going to be good.
Really starting to feel that gold difference. And now the smoke from EG.
They know.
Into the Roche pit.
Chrono's down. That was the only hope they had is like if they take a bad Roche for EG. And I'm sure EG would have just avoided it until the Chrono happened. They're never going to go for this if the Egg and the Chrono are both available. So.
Look at this teamwork here in the pit though, Trent. Fly tanking the Roshan, ogling it back and forth. No lifesteal on S4, but takes it down easy nonetheless. Now an Aegis to be immortal is secured.
Very aggressive build from Fly to go for the Arcane. Really uncommon on Dazzle.
This is what I'm talking about, dude. Yeah. This is the pub Dazzle build right here.
This is just keep on rolling. Like, the train never stops. I'm never going back to the fountain. That's all this.
I like his choice to leave the poison at level 2, though. He got a lot of value out of it in lane, and now he's just transitioning back to that kind of traditional support.
Yeah, all that matters for the poison is once the lane's over, then
yeah,
you don't really need it.
Pretty much. Sylar down bottom.
S4
blinks into the trees, knows exactly where Sylar's going to end up, and that Void gets pummeled once again. Wow.
I don't want to say rush the game, but there's a chance they even think about a tier 3 with this kid. It seems a little ridiculous, but honestly, he just finished a Dragonlance on her easy.
I mean, is it 12-0 at 13 minutes? I don't know that high ground is that ridiculous. They've got such a sizable
It's
lead.
Unnecessary, let's be honest. Like, they should just be closing out the tier 1 top, then both the tier 2s mid and top 2, but for now, they don't really want the kill on Fenrir. They want something more than that.
Success going to be nearby, but he'll be able to make it back, it seems. I haven't checked in on the Tinker in a while. Lover's been pretty quiet, just trying to recover his farm. He does have BOTs up now. But we'll see the initiation on to XXS. Crit starts things off. The combo's there. LSA into Laguna. The LC will get brought down. Fenrir initiated on.
Like,
no hope. Absolutely no hope. That poor Ogre.
Oh, now even Bovica.
First dive away.
He has no TP.
He does have a Supernova.
I hope he doesn't use it.
There's the laser. He's trying to fly over the tree line. Might actually still be able to survive here. Looks like EG are just going to let it go.
Okay, maybe there's a chance he can do some sort of backstab in 15 seconds with an egg. Yeah, they're going to try and prep this. So, like, if we're going to find one chance, this is probably it. I wouldn't mind seeing Sylar there. He's got 3 TPs. Good thing about using one.
Good. And to min-max that unreliable a little bit.
I doubt they're going to find... They're just going to read this.
I think Void's just going to keep farming. He needs this Mask of Madness so bad. Do the press the attack. Maybe thinking about initiation. Not able to find the angle. Now the rotation down bottom. Sumail on the Lina. Going to join the Terrorblade. It looks like they're going to pressure Sylar. Sumail hiding in the trees. Very smart.
He's going to run right into him. He just wanted that 4th TP.
Oh, no. LSA does miss, however. Sylar able to time walk away. TP's still available. Arteezy trying to find him, but Sylar, time walk to the other side now. Eating his way to get to a safe spot, looking for a TP perhaps.
He's making space here, I guess.
You could call it that. Curious where this is going to end up, though. And there you go.
However, he can't contest the runes because of this, and they're going to get all 4, it looks like.
I mean, he lives, and that feels like a victory, but at the same time, he's just TP'd back. He's running to, like, that's all wasted time where this Void is not.
It depends what happens top, though.
That's true. Up top, Fenrir getting low. He'll go down first. Lover in the trees. There's the March of the Machine. XXS with a duel onto the Ursa. That'll be their first kill. However, it's just an Aegis. Ursa coming back to life. Crit finds the Phoenix. Hits him with a combo, and S4 will just walk away. Fly nearby. He does not get caught in the chrono. Ursa in trouble, but there's the shallow grave. Nicely done by Fly. Can they save S4, though? The Supernova does find the kill. They will finish off the Dazzle to boot. So a sign of life for Aster. 2 much-needed kills in the top lane.
Yeah, they're not going to lose anything for that. Very good start here. Any hope of a comeback. Had to throw out a really early grave there from Fly because he knew the stuns were coming in. So
and the Tinker. It's so much burst damage. You kind of have to use it.
So that one looked a little bit fresh, but 9K lead still.
If Sylar had caught the Dazzle in the chrono, that would have felt a little better. But there was a moment there I was like, oh, there's going to be a grave. There's a little turn potential here, Trent. Not quite. Still massive lead for Evil Geniuses, though. 15-2, nearly a 10K net worth advantage. I think they're all right with a small stumble there. All 3 of their cores are top 3 on net worth.
I mean, all I would say, though, is that with that Aegis, they didn't get a single tower. It's a little surprised.
That's true.
Considering the position they're in, but maybe the next round of items will That's
tower is under attack.
Commander does have a Blink Dagger.
They invested a ton of sentries side too. No, it's the best forward vision. That's why they're here more down from the side of each.
Not get hyper aggressive.
Dire's top tower has
So
been
they've got
denied.
potential here for a blink toss in the there's the Void. They might try the blink toss to Sumail.
I threw it shallow grave just in. Makes it into the tree line, gets killed by EG, though. Really wanted that void kill.
Nice save from XFS, though. That was Smail trying to min-max, right? He's just trying to like wait for the Laguna, see if they have enough damage, but then he gets pressed the attack. So that canceled the stun on Sylar, and he's able to time walk off when you would have been expecting it outside of you.
Hey, what do we say during the draft? LC, press the attack. That's what she's all about, baby.
Had more of an impact than the one duel victory on an Aegis.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Plus 10's nice, but I guess that's part of the value of the Ursa pick here. The way S4 has been playing it, I think this LC has felt like I have to duel the Ursa because he's just in there. Not that he wants to, but limited on choices the way EG has been taking these fights. Now a basher up on the Ursa. Smoke rotation though from Aster, looking maybe for the Lina. Sumail gonna head back to friendly territory. Could still get caught here though. There's the press the attack, and he's gonna walk right into him.
Okay.
Nice dual kill there. Dominated streak ended. XXS will get credit for the kill. 20 damage.
They're calling back here, man. I don't know. This is very impressive so far. I'd say Sylar pressing on it there, but he's going for a Battle Fury. He's saying, I know where this game is going if we're ever going to win.
Yep, I think it's the right call here. Abandon some Mask of Madness. Pressure onto this tier 1. They do force a glyph, but now S4, he's inbound. He jumps in, does not get a bash. 2x multicast instead. Now Sylar drops the chrono. They just turn onto the Ursa like that.
EG, what are you doing?
Small miscommunication there. Fly just a little bit too far back. It is a level 3 shallow grave, but still not enough range to save his Ursa.
That one extra point poison.
Seemed like S4 was forcing it there, and he just kind of jumped into 4 heroes.
I mean, it's like if you get that bash, you know, that's one of those.
That's true.
He rolled the dice.
S4 the gambler. I like it. Well, the tier 1 stays standing mid, so EG have only lost 1 tower. It is that top tier 1. Like you mentioned, they haven't really taken any other objectives for quite some while now. We're getting close to that 20-minute mark. Still a tier 1 standing in the top lane for Aster, and still a tier 2 in the mid. See what happens with these bounty runes. Looks like it'll again be EG favored. Phoenix is going to grab one here, but Fly looks like he'll be able to snag both bounties down bottom.
Net worth has stalled out 15-minute mark. Turns the lead here.
Yeah, kind of flatlined, but still a...
And the XP's bumping back towards Aster because of the fights, too.
Yeah. But
that's usually the better indicator here.
BKB just came out on our team.
How that fight goes, and of course the Roche fight is the big thing, so when those cooldowns will be ready.
It does feel like Lover has done a pretty good job recovering based on how rough that laning phase was, though. It's like he's going to have the Aether lens before too long.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to just like even holding this top tier 1, right? It allows you to farm that area safer, more response time. Lurking nearby here. There's a bit of casual LSA there. They probably could have jumped them, but then there would have been a press the attack there from the lurking Legion, and then it'll all just come down to the rolls on the bashes from S4. He was waiting on the high ground to blink in.
Lover also has the Blink Dagger. I mentioned that, but just that core kit for the Tinker at least now, so he can be mobile. You know, he can pretty confidently push out these lanes and hide in the trees. It's that stage where he becomes a very significant nuisance to deal with. Airblade picks up some extra HP as he hits level 15.
I put a lot of XP onto this team. Very impressive. They really needed that. I was expecting to be like level 10.
Oh, here we go. Initiation. They grab Arteezy, but will they be able to finish him in time? It's going to be close, but no cigar. There's the ult from the Void, and they're still not going to be able to bring him down. The Yule Scepter stops Sylar. The Supernova does go off. Another stun onto Arteezy, but he drops the Sunder onto his own Dazzle so he can get healed up. Now blinded by the Tinker. This is not good for EG. It's a 2 for 3. A lot of low health heroes. The Phoenix will get tossed back to secure a double kill for crit, making it a 3 for 3. But Aster take a surprisingly good fight, and I think they will find the net worth advantage. Absolutely.
Comeback is real here. I don't look at the XP swing again too. It's going more their way. So much damage from the Phoenix in that situation. Even though the Grave was there, they just put everything on TV. First the duel, then into the Chrono. Eventually, you're going to get there, force them to turn the Dazzle, and then they send double kill instead. So, this Tinker, going for the Dagon too. This has been very common on the Tinkers as of late.
Especially against Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So good to have that burst damage.
feels like you might want the Ags, obviously, because you have a Void and you have the Terrorblade you're playing up against, but I like it.
Yep, and that was
bursting down.
Also the 10-second BKB on Terrorblade, so in theory, that's like the hardest fight Aster's going to have to take in the mid-game.
Well, that's a quick and easy one, though.
Okay.
The one thing we can say is that
maybe they'll get more. Faceless Void getting very low, and they're going to be able to finish him off. Phoenix with the heals, but there's the Yule's Scepter. LSA to follow it up, and this time the Laguna is going to secure the kill. Icarus died to get in some extra damage. There's the duel on Fly.
Oh, the missile kills Sumail. That's going to stop Roche, more than likely. And that's one thing is that, like, Aster won that last fight, they couldn't Roche. And then EG, I think, were hoping for it,
but they're so far behind these, quote, even trades, 2 for 2. Huge advantage for Aster once again.
Yeah, but can S4 Roche? That's the big question right now. Because if he can Roche while this is, like, everyone's kind of chilling out, there's 8 seconds till Egg.
Kinda risky here. LC has duel in 25.
They have
Won't
to bail.
Be a factor, but they're going to back up.
EG!
Just too risky.
Oh my god! I mean, this felt like how do you even come back from this after? This feels actually ridiculous. They stalled out so hard on EG and they went right into the nosedive. Like the propeller stopped spinning.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like Aster took this mid-game of we're going to play very defensive, we're going to just try to make space for our cores to farm, and then they started using their ultimates in the proper order. You know, that first really bad team fight we saw, Void didn't even have the chrono. Since then, they've done an exceptionally good job.
It's still uphill, though.
Stacking all their ultimates. I mean, that's really what's been able to do it. Now Roshan, smoke into the pit.
They're hoping that EG come to contest them. And they're going to take the haste for it.
They're going to head up to the high ground. XXS grabs Fly. The Dazzle is the ideal target for the duel. No shallow grave, and that'll be the end of the Shadow Priest. Looking for more. S4 does blink away. Looks like he'll survive, but on the back line, Crit all by his lonesome, looking for a TP out, trying to use that lack of stuns, but they've got it. Lover has the burst damage. And now Aster, they should be able to just grab this Roche.
Unbelievable. Aster Dota showing up in the second half of this game.
Power of the Tinker, man. You pummel him in lane.
I mean, that was no chrono.
Yeah.
Arteezy's not there, of course, but like the fight's happening. Not that you were really expecting to be, but there she goes. And now the question is, who gets it? They're going to get the Sylar. Yeah. Looks like they were thinking about it a wee bit there.
Well, he's got his Battle Fury. Shadow Blade going to be next up for the Faceless Void. Give him some initiation tools. And Tinker does have the Dagon now. Still only level 1. Going to leave it there as Aghanim is now queued up next.
Now the question is, though, this is the Bloodstone for Sumail, so he cannot die again. Like, this is the point where EG need to really get a grip and start going back on the train. Like, suddenly there's only a 3k lead. Oh, top lane, S4 and XSS playing around here. But Blade Mills will be enough to end that.
Yeah, it seems like it. Phoenix is going to be inbound, but they'll both just DP home.
Yeah, he's on the elite. Commit into that one, but like if they lose all these Bloodstone charges, that's going to be just, it'll essentially be a net worth lead.
Yeah. I don't know, Trent, I've said it a couple times. I think this Tinker is going to be the difference maker for Aster. I don't really see how EG can control him now unless they catch that like perfect initiation with the Tiny in the backline or something. But if Lover continues to play the way he has, they don't really have an answer to catch the Tinker out.
They have like Blink Bash. I mean, that's one of the best ways to do it. Blink Tiny. They have good options for it, honestly. He's played very defensive.
Yeah, kind of. The way he's positioned, though, it hasn't been easy for S4 to get in the backline. Crit ends up in the trees, and now he will get caught by the duel. That'll be extra damage going the way of LC, and now that tier 1 tower mid will fall in favor of Aster. 2k net worth favor for EG. Aster have just about leveled it out, and they are hungry for more.
The Sunray like that, too, where you just instantly put it on him so you can't blink out.
Yeah.
Nice play there.
Dire's middle
That
tower
kill him. They're just going to keep on pressing forward. This Bloodlusted Void with the Battle Fury. Farming up a Storm. Third on the net worth. He has surpassed the Lina. This is the level 5 Void at 10.5 minutes. Look at this guy.
Easy tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Well, Trent, we've got a real game on our hands here.
I don't know how much the game is left at this point. EG, they got to find something. Feels like they're panicking a little bit here.
Blind Sumail backing up down bottom. Anticipating this rotation could be inbound as Aster go back to farming their jungle. S4 farming the other side of it, looking for an Abyssal Blade up next on 500 gold, not too far away, but certainly still has a little more farming to do.
I like these Tinker wards down bot though. Like, if maybe this will be the difference maker, right? If they can get this lane pushed in, they can find themselves an opportunity on Lover, that would be great, but for now, they're just using the Shadow Blade aggressively, posturing to take another tier 1 here, and the question is, will EG actually respond. They want to fight this. And they fight this.
So the Spirit Vessel is up on Phoenix, 4 stack inbound. We are pretty leveled out here. 9-second BKB on the Terrorblade, ready to rock and roll. He's got the SNY and Lincoln Sphere queued up next.
And they're looking to tower, but it's been ditched by Aster. So it's going to be a little bit more wasted time here. And now as EG, you're like, okay, do we stick around for the bounty runes? Like, there's a whole 2 minutes now. Things are just getting a little weird. You got 5 heroes just standing.
Very limited vision right now, and just in general. I think both teams only have 1 ward down. Radiant deep in enemy territory, and Dire have that Tinker ward that you mentioned.
Let me tell you a story about GPM talent.
Yeah?
On an Ogre and a Phoenix, I mean, you can buy 1 billion sentries. This Ogre is just, he's got 3 sentries. He's plopping these things down like
You're
candy.
right. Yeah, they both got the level 10, 90 gold per minute talent. It's been adding up.
Very hard to get vision control against that. And that's why this Ogre is just so popular. Like, he wins the lane, and then he controls the vision game, too.
Down bottom, Bo3 with the TP. Like, he'll be good as he flies off the map. Very nice.
They're going to find that pressure into the lane.
Pretty close to Aegis expiration here.
Love to find something from BD. The last bits of that Aegis, but yeah, only 50 seconds left.
I think they've played reasonably well with it, though. The Void's been in the front line. They knocked down some towers. They didn't get that huge epic team fight they were hoping for, but they still use the Aegis as a tool to increase their aggression.
I mean, there's a pretty clear fear in EG, I would say, at this point, right? Like, they have solidified their vision across the whole map. It feels like EG has nothing but that 1 Tinker ward bottom.
Bottom tower.
Oh, with all that said, though, I mean, Aster basically has to do what they did last time to shut down this Terrorblade. TB is still such a scary hero in games like this. 1 good Sunder can absolutely change a fight. Still a lot of pressure on Aster to find that CC chain. Terrorblade doesn't get that opportunity. Lincoln Sphere and BKB, that's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, very defensive. I like that, though. It makes the initiations a little bit tough on him. Or we're trying to get all the damage before he can be brave, too. And probably going to see, I'd like to see an Aether on the Dazzle, if possible. I feel like that would be a nice way to play from here. Because it really seems like he's going to have some issues.
Definitely going to be tough for him to afford that, but I agree it would be great.
He's got the energy from that. So he's
yeah, no, that's true. I was thinking more, I think most of his gold's going to wards here for the next couple minutes, so I don't know at what point he's going to be able to stop buying wards and pull up for those last couple
Maybe
pieces.
He should get a GPM talent. How about that?
Damn it, Dazzle.
What's your issue?
We talked about this.
Get one of those. I could see those being done away with. I'm a little out on these things. They feel like respawn timers to me now.
I think that's a extreme comparison. The respawn timers were just dumb. 90 gold per minute is...
GPM talents, dude. 3 sentries?
Yeah.
It just makes you better than other supports.
I hear ya.
Initiation XSS. Ooh, straight toss. Not a toss back.
Need a follow-up. Pops his BKB, so it doesn't get clipped by the stun. Blade Mail. EG will just back up.
They have a sentry there, too. So plus
Void, yeah. That is a BKB also on the Void now, and a gem picked up by the Phoenix.
Right. Time to close out the vision.
Another initiation, crit jumps in. There's the toss back onto Sylar, but he BKBs. It's a great Chronosphere. Yule Scepter used by the Lina, but Fly, he's off to the side. They do find him in the trees as Lover blinks over. All 5 still alive for EG, but Crit finally gets brought down. Now the stun onto S4 from the Supernova. It's not the fight that EG wanted. Fenrir finished off Sumail, and it will be a 3-0 as EG limp back to their side of the map. 30 minutes in, Aster have taken the net worth advantage for the first time this game.
A combination of Ignite and Rockets, I guess, must have brought down Sumail. He was way in the back.
Yeah.
Trying to escape there, and the Grave just not there as it had already been used.
Brutal. Felt like EG really tried to force that, though, with the Tiny jumping in. They handed Sylar a pretty easy chrono there.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've just been like roaming around on the ball on the side of Aster, so like, how else can you fight them? I don't know. If you kill the Void, the fight is over.
Yeah, I hear you.
Cost tier 1. And there's a minute until they have the egg and the chrono back up, so maybe forcing that fight, it might be enough for the really early roach spawn, or if they can at least get aggressive once again. I feel like they must have a lot of smokes on the side of EP. I don't think they've used too many. I see one on Fly, but I'm not sure. They might have more in the shop. Because it feels like they have not been using it.
Yeah, it definitely does. Looks like they do have one available. Aster in very good shape here. Looking at Roshan, we'll see what that RNG timer looks like here in about 10 seconds. Will certainly become a focus of this game. That is Roche 3 up next. Refresher Shard, game changer in the hands of Aster. Double chrono is so deadly.
I love how Fenrir is playing. He's intentionally positioning himself in these spots where he's between Sylar and the side of EG. Like, he's just running out to that mid-wave, trying to fit it between stage. Oh, but they're not going to be able to do the same for Phoenix.
Boga will get brought down. We're going to see a full fight break out.
They're very split right now.
Initiated on. Sylar on the way in. Tinker in the tree lines. This could be all right for Aster.
Horn staff doesn't work.
Be able to grab the tiny and crit will go down. Buyback on the Phoenix though. It is a 1-for-1, but not a huge game for Aster.
But alas, Roche is coming.
No buyback on crit. Is Roche going to be up? What's the timer? 2.
Really similar on the side of Aster's. Bodies in the pit. They're going to smoke up. So they have 2 sentries and an observer on the Ogre.
I am scanning for enemies.
Trying to solidify. They don't even check the pit. They're just going. In fact, the scan hits them. Who do you think they're in?
Oh, they jump onto the Terrorblade though. That Lincoln's actually saving him. The duel gets blocked.
Whoops.
And I think that's where this fight is going to settle down. Are they going to find somebody else? It's the Ursa. He was a little too far on the other side of the river.
From Sumail. He was going for the chrono. Nice save.
Yep, Aster BKB, or Sylar BKBs, jumps forward, Chronosphere.
Oh, he panics.
Connects only on Sumail. He's got the BKB on, but it might still be enough. There's the shallow grave, and Sumail will deny. Egg goes off the back line. Very chaotic fight, but obvious advantage for Aster.
Well, he had both for sure in that first chrono, and he doubted himself. He went for the cancel, but in the end, he still secured the fact that they kill Sumail, get some Bloodstone charges, even
down
if it
to
isn't denied. So
BKB is starting to wear down on EG as well. That was the 10-second BKB on Sumail, and now a 7-second BKB remaining on the Terrorblade. Value Lincolns, though, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a reason he has to build so defensively. Like, this whole game is just Terrorblade for EG. It's the only way they can win fights. At this point, the Ursa has just stalled out so much, especially when he's trying to fight into someone like Tinker. All this AoE damage between Tinker and Phoenix, even just random ignites spouting out, it makes it hard for him to go for the blink plays. So he's fully reliant on just, like, if he blinks and just Abyssal's Lover, the fight could just be over, right? But
yeah, sure.
It's been Aster getting the jump every single time.
That Tinker in the back line.
This is a really deep wraparound here now. From hoping for something, they go in.
Abyssal Blade on the Phoenix. They'll bring him down straight away. Now Fenrir might be the next target of choice. XXS nearby, and now the Tinker even jumps forward. Crit will catch him. Big opportunity to try to kill this Tinker here, but they can't do it. He blinks off after the rearm. Now on the other side, S4 does get graved. Stays alive a little bit longer than planned, but it's not the fight that EG wanted.
Oh no, it looks so good. They had the dieback hero, but now it's crumbling.
Sylar. Will the time walk away? The Ogre ends up getting brought down by Arteezy.
They couldn't get him, actually. They hit 3 heroes around Arteezy. He couldn't die. And on the backside, Crit did manage to finish off that Tinker first. So that should be enough for them to secure. They have to go for this, even if it's a little bit risky. Like, they know Phoenix has no buyback. They know there's no chrono.
Rough to do this without the Ursa, but I think you're absolutely right.
I mean,
this is one of the only windows that they're going to find.